Welcome to Middle Class Mindset. Today, we're going to be talking about the three biggest myths in the middle class. Check it out. Okay, in this episode, we're talking about the three biggest mental myths in the middle class. So, in order for us to really dive into this subject, I just want to talk to you about what I believe a myth is. It's not technically by definition, but it's by me being a middle class worker, because I'm exposed to these types of things all the time on my way to whatever level of success that I'm trying to go. So, what do I define a myth as? I believe that a myth is something that has the potential to be true, but it's not long-term truth, right? A myth has the ability to be true. It has the possibility to be true, but it doesn't have the long-term lasting effects of what truth really is, right? Let me give you an example. When you think about the lottery has the potential to be true because there are many people who have won the lottery in many different lottery winning amounts here and there. But the truth is, many people have played and the lottery has let them down year after year, moment after moment, paycheck after paycheck. The lottery is something that has the potential to be true, but is not true long term. True long term, as I define it, is all those things that are bedrock things that have been time tested through history to show you that if you do this thing, on average, the majority of all of us can get a chance to bite at that apple, right? The lottery is a tree with fruit on it that only certain amount of people at certain times get to bite off the apple. How can that be true to your life when as a middle class person, we're looking for stability, we're looking for security, we're looking for things that are actually things, and the lottery flashes in your face as potential truth, but it's not. In my opinion, it's a tax on the middle class, but I'll dial back and go somewhere else on that. I don't want no heat from nobody at all. So when we're talking about myths, we're talking about something that has all the potentials, it has all the flashing lights of truth, but then it's not truth. It's not long-term bedrock foundational truth. Foundational truth when it comes to success, when it comes to wealth, when it comes to having a healthy body, when it comes to a healthy family, when it comes to great relationships, it's always a time-tested step process, things that you go to correct your behaviors, better your communication, uh, use wise reactions and responses and different things like that, that helps. There's many ingredients that help to build what we're desiring to have over time, right? So a person who wins the lottery, who gets their moment in the sunshine, who gets that amount of money, will still have to go back to building that money on what is really true, right? I can go in many details about that, but I just want to build a premise on why I'm building this case for the three biggest mental myths of the middle class. These are things we have got to, first of all, become aware of. And after we become aware of it, learn the ways of how to avoid them or break out of them if you're in them. No judgment. I just want to bring it to your attention. All right, let's get into it. The first one is the fantasy of epic moments. The first one out the gate that affects all of us is the fantasy of epic moments. How do I define it? Let me get my notes. How I define this is through a phrase, right? The phrase is if we wait long enough, something big will happen to change our lives forever. Listen to the phrase. If we wait long enough, something big will happen to change our lives forever. Right? Have you ever met those people? Those people who are waiting on that big shot, that big chance, that big moment. If I meet this person, if I get in this atmosphere, if I go to this town, if I'm around these group of people, if I, it's this big epic thinking that keeps us chasing this carrot that looks like truth, but it's not truth. Because when you understand the the law of attraction, which some of that I push back on, but that's not the episode. You understand that if I make myself a valued person, people will begin to notice and they begin to seek me out, and different opportunities will come to me. Why? Because I have positioned myself to see the opportunity and also to receive the opportunity, right? So I'm not necessarily jumping, trying to jet set, going to this place, going to that place, or whatever. I'm making myself a qualified person, a valued person, right where I am, to attract the type of opportunity that I'm looking for. See, if you had a meeting with a monarch, a prince of whatever country, and this prince is looking for somebody to be an executor on his affairs and different things like that. Even though you met this person, if you yourself are not a valued person in that area, you don't have the skill set, you don't have the trade, you don't have the knowledge, to assist the monarch for something that he needs, then he will not choose you, not because he may not like your character, because he may not like your person. It will have nothing to do with that. It will be because when you got in his presence, you did not have the ingredients needed for the problem that he wanted to be solved, right? But when the middle class people, when we have this fantasy, this epic fantasy moment rolling around in our minds, because we think, hey, listen, if we wait long enough, if we go here, hey, if we go there, hey, we're going to meet this people, we're going to rub elbows, we're going to hobnob, and then somebody's going to like us, and they're going to shoot us to the top, and all of a sudden we're going to be staying in the rich part of town, we're going to get it going. It's like this whole film reel goes on into people's minds, and they never take advantage of where you are right now. How can you make yourself better right now? In order for you to solve someone else's problems, why don't we a lot of times look at in ourselves and say, let me solve my stuff first, then I can go out into the world and be more of a blessing, because I have solved many of the major things in me, so I can help you solve most of the major things in you. So you start with you first in mind, and then you position yourself for whatever influential people to meet you, that when they meet you, it's a good connect, because they may have the status, but you may have the skills. So opportunity has to meet the skill. They have to meet each other. They have to complement each other for that epic moment to happen for you. How many people do you know that has went on game shows, went on singing shows, went on all of this, and you got your big moment in the sun, but when you came down from that moment, you had to go back to being an ordinary person, living an ordinary life. But it was so exciting for you to get that moment, that everything about you was aiming up to this big moment. This is your big chance. When many of us in the middle class don't realize We have many chances. If you just pay attention, put one foot in front of the other right here in your life, right now, you will find yourself paving the way for your next success. Oprah said it this way, she says, making your next right decision, which is an excellent way of saying it. Now, this is saying that I am paying attention to the things that I'm doing day in, day out, that if I meet influential people, if I meet affluent people, I'm educated, I'm knowledgeable, I have great morals, great ethics, I work hard. You have the things that many of them are looking for already. So when you meet that person and y'all connect, it's a powerful, powerful thing. So think about, the fantasy of a moment is stifling many people in the middle class and stopping you from doing whatever you need to do to begin to progress and move forward. So instead of waiting on that one person or that special person, you be the special person in your life. Build on you. You catch fire and then watch other people, let other people watch you burn. You become your star and just let other people see your light. Listen, I can go on and on with that. All right. The next one, the next big mental myth that affects us in the middle class has got to be the phrase that I don't need a lot, I just want to be comfortable. This is one of the biggest myths. I don't need a lot. This is what you hear people say. I don't need a lot. I just want to be comfortable. Again, myths are something that has the potential to be true, but it's not true based upon time-tested history and things that show you how to respond based upon certain moments that has shown you through time that this is true. Myth is something that we use in order to deflect away from things that we may not want to face or whatever. Listen, I'm not going to get therapy with therapized. No. Okay, so I don't need a lot. I just need to be comfortable. The middle class, this class is the highest taxed. We have so many different strikes against us just being in this class. Just being in this class, we have so many strikes. Why would a person want to stay comfortable when the only way out of this level is to get more than you need? When you have more than what you need, you have more options and more abilities to be able to maneuver and to adjust and to be able to weather different things, and you need more than enough in order for you to get off of this boat. Many people who are comfortable, a comfortable person is jostled around by every wind and every wave of the middle class, and these are the people who think that greater legislation or something like that is going to change it all. Listen, I don't have a dog in a fight in that one. But what I'm saying is, listen, if any president or politician or legislator made life comfortable for you in your town, what he's doing is pacifying you to be weaker, to be less of a critical thinker, because you think, okay, well, hey, I have enough for my household. And it's like, it's not just about having enough for your household. Get more than enough so you can bring more influence and more attention to your whole community, so businesses, not just your businesses, can eat off the attention that you're bringing. You need to get bigger in order for not just your home, but your whole city to get better. It's a huge myth to say that you don't want a lot, that you just want to be comfortable. Every person who is comfortable, who you just have enough, you got 5 people in your house and we got enough sandwiches just for 5 people. It's like, okay, well, after the sandwiches, you're going to have to go and get 5 more sandwiches. Okay, what if you had 2,500 sandwiches? Now you're not just feeding people in your house every day. Now you can stretch out to other family members. You can stretch out to people that you want to help. You understand what I'm going? The truth is, you always need way more than enough when you're in the middle class. You flowing with me? Let's get to this last one. The phrase goes like this: if I was rich, all of my problems would be solved. If I was rich, all of my problems would be solved. Leg falling asleep. Now, the phrase goes that money itself will give me health, balance, and security in life. This is what people think. They feel like money will solve all of my problems, which is a myth. So the myth is when they get a whole lot of money, it will give them, they will be healthier, they will be more secure, they will be balanced in life, all of these things that money supposedly will do, which is a myth. Money itself is a very neutral thing. Money itself is looking for a master, is looking for a foundation to stand on, is looking for somebody to command it what to do. Money itself shows up looking for a problem, but it needs a master to direct it to the problem that needs to be solved. So money itself cannot track where the problem is. The money needs a master to tell you, hey, I need for you to come here so you can go there, right? If that be the case, then when you look at the problems in any city, many times the money never goes to the place that's hurting the most for money. Money always goes to a place far from where people who don't probably even need much money. It's not right, but what I'm saying is, in order to change that, we've got to change our mental thinking. We got to understand that if we want to help the lesser, we have to become the greater. If you want to help the lesser, you have to become the greater. The greater helps the lesser. The stronger helps the weaker. It's not the money. The money gives you tremendous options and power and ability to wage influence and different things like that. Money gives you the ability to do that. But after you buy the jet and you get on the jet and you fly to wherever you're going, you still going to have knowledge. You still going to have skills. You still going to have a certain know-how. You're going to have a certain savvy. You're going to have a certain thing that when you get over there, you're going to go over there because you know what to do. You are the traveling answer. You going over there to solve a problem. And in going to solve a problem, you're bringing money with you to solve the problem. Money did not get on the plane by itself and fly over to whatever country that you need to say because we're going over there to help out in whatever. But the master of the money got on the plane and went over there to solve the problem. Right? Hey, listen, I hope this right here has jarred something in your thinking that when you go to your job that you've been calling average this whole time. Listen, the only thing that is average is how you're thinking about it. All things work together for the good. What does that mean? That job that you're complaining about every day, it's making something out of you. If you just open your eyes and pay attention. Now, I'm not saying that you should stay there. I'm not saying that you just should be happy with your little bit of love. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying let the job bring the best out of you so that you can take that best and go and do greater things. All right? You vibing with it? Hey, pay attention. Listen. The next episode, hey, that I'm about to drop is going to be awesome. Hey, listen, join me in the next episode. If you have not subscribe. I can't talk today. If you haven't subscribed, if you haven't liked this video, like it, subscribe it, because there's going to be more content like this. And I know this is jarring with you. Share it with somebody that you know they need to hear this. My name is Starsky Inspires, and this is middle class mindset. Boy, I cannot talk for the life of me. I mean, Lord.